Hello and welcome to Monday Motivation. Tonight I am super excited to have Jwana Slavin on with us as our guest speaker, and she is a rock star on gaining customers and PV, like through the roof from day one. Always top PV on our team. And in the large team, I think pretty sure, like Aaron and Tanya's large team, which is like thousands more than ours. On the leaderboard for most new preferred customers, all sorts of awesomeness. So I asked her if she would come on tonight and share some tips how she does it, and also if you guys have any questions after she's done, you can ask those. So without further ado, Jwana, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Hillary. That was quite the introduction. Make me kind of blush a little bit. Thanks, everybody, for coming on, and you're just, taking a chance to listen to me. I really appreciate that. I don't feel like I'm the expert. I just do what I do. So I wake every day I wake up with like a hustle mindset. Today I'm going to hustle. Today I'm going to hustle. That's how I just start every day. I'll tell you, last week, I barely worked my business at all. I didn't get any customers, okay? When you wake up in the right mindset and you tell yourself, hey, this week or even this day, I'm going to go for 10 no's, or I'm going to get at least one customer, you will get it because you're going to try to get it. If you give yourself the mindset, oh, I can't get anybody to order, I'm not going to get any customers, you're not going to, because you're probably not going to try. I mean, this stuff doesn't just magically happen, you have to put effort into it. And that's just the way it is. You put into it what you get out of it, okay? Like I said last week, I didn't put a whole heck of a lot into it. I was having a pity party for myself because I was number 5 on the leaders list, and anybody would die for that. And I didn't get any customers last week. So I won't be on it tomorrow. But anyways, whatever. I'll be on it next week. So I'm back at it. But the first thing that I always do, this is something I do every single day, is I go on my phone and I go to my friends list and I sort it alphabetically. And right now I'm in like the letter P, I think. And I message 10 to 20 friends and I just go right down the list. So that way, I'm messaging I'll eventually have messaged everybody, and it may take me months, it may take me a year, it just depends, because I'm always growing and adding new friends to my list. But every day I just do that. I go down my list and I message 10 to 20 friends every day, and I just pop in and I send them a quick little message. I have some notes here too. I was just gonna say, I'm surprised at how many of the people I haven't checked in with. When you're going through these messages or when you're going through these people and you go to message them, it surprises me how many people I haven't talked to in like a year. I'm like, and how much things have probably changed for them, their financial situation and, just their current needs and stuff like that. So, to me, that's a brand new person that I am, introducing Plexus to. And a lot of, and chances are these people aren't even seeing my posts on my wall, because Facebook really only shows, what do they say, 10% of, or your post to like 10% of your audience. So a lot of these people don't even probably know what I'm doing. So I open up that door again, and this is what I say. I say something like this. I keep it short and sweet, to the point. I'm the kind of person, I don't like to BS stuff at all. I am very quick to what I like to do. I come from a family of 13 kids. I couldn't even get a word in without my mom being like, no. So I talk very fast, or I try to get my point across very quickly so people can't say no to me. Not that my mom said no to me a lot, but when you have that many kids, it's just easy to be like, no, come back later. So anyways, this is something that I say. Hey, Julie, it's been a while since we've chatted. My Plexus business is booming, and I would love to share some exciting news with you. Message me back if you're interested. If not, let's catch up anyways. And that's exactly what I say to people. And you notice how I didn't say what exactly is booming. I didn't give them too much information, because we really want to create curiosity. We want somebody to come back and be like, well, wait, what's going on? I didn't know something was going on. You got to give me more information on this. If you're giving them too much information up front, they're already going to make the decision yes or no, okay? So this at least opens the door. I'm sorry, hang on one second. Can somebody let Ellie out, please? Hello. Thank you. This at least opens the door to maybe a conversation, and when I say stuff like that, I might not even know what I'm going to respond to next. I just want to create excitement. I just want to create curiosity with this person. And if anybody has questions like throughout while I'm talking, feel free to just raise your hand. And I don't mind at all, or we can do it at the end. So
can you say your message again? Hey, Julie, my plexus.
Okay.
I was writing it down.
Okay. So I'll be like, I'll change it as I kind of go along. Maybe someday I'll feel like doing this, but I'm like, hey, Julie, it's been a while since we've chatted. My plexus business is booming, and I would love to share some exciting news with you. Message me back if you're interested. If not, let's catch up anyways.
Awesome.
I know a lot of people like to do the whole, hey, I saw your kids, this and that. Honestly, the one time somebody did that to me with a different network marketing company, I kind of thought it sounded fake. Like, I was like, okay, she wants something. I don't know, like me, I just get straight to the point. I want to share some awesome news with you about plexus. That's what I want to do, that's just my personal opinion, and that's just my personality, how I am. A lot of people maybe are genuinely interested. I don't know. That's just me. And that's what works for me.
Are you voice messaging them or typing this?
Nope, I copy and paste it. Okay. And I change the name. Yep. So, I throw in some cute emojis, and sometimes I'll even say, hey, I just wanted to pop in. I might not even say their name. And actually I do that because one time somebody did that to me. She was like, hey, I just wanted to pop in. And it sounded totally genuine, I thought. And then I was like, wait a second, that's really good. Right. And she probably just sent that to 50 people, I felt really good when that person wrote that to me. Hey, I just want to pop in. I want to see how you're doing, just something like that. So you have to do, okay, I'll get to this in a second.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. A lot of what I do because it's what I would want done to me. And that's what fits my personality. But like I said, we're all different. We all have these different colors. So any questions so far, Hillary?
I love that because that's so key. And I think just is an aha moment for me too, of nail on the head how you're so successful because you believe in what you're doing and how you're messaging them, because that's how you want to be messaged. So you have absolutely zero question, doubt, anything in your mind when you're messaging them, when you're doing it. Like you said, mindset, we talk about it all the time. That's perfect because you've done something that you would want messaged to you. You're messaging it to someone else. It's like, you believe in this. This is the message.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I totally believe in these products. 1,000,000%. My kids get them. I have no problem messaging this to people. I do not feel like I'm spamming people. I feel like I'm helping people. I feel like if I'm not sending them a message, I'm just wasting opportunities. That's just how I feel because I believe so strongly about these products. And I don't care what people think. I just don't care. If they don't like it, they can unfollow me. That's just who I am, and people are, they know that now about me. But anyways, so I keep it simple. I don't try to sound salesy, but they obviously know that I'm trying to introduce something to them. And and then I put, notice how I didn't put what it was because like I said, sometimes I don't even know. I'm just trying to create curiosity and open the conversation. A lot of times when I'm messaging people, I will put, and you guys know this, you put an urgency on something. And a lot of times when I put that urgency on stuff, I won't even say what it is. A free gift or a refund the shipping. This way they have to ask, oh, wait, what are you doing? What's your special offer for your next 3 customers? I'm like, hey, I got $10 off a combo. These are going to be gone tonight. Do you want one or not? That's what I ask people. I pretty much ask them. I say, can I get you set up right now? No, 3:00 works better. All right, I'll check in with you at 3. I ask people that, can I get you set up right now? I don't like to beat around the bush. Some people don't like that, but I don't know. It's just me. I don't like to beat around the bush. I don't like to wait. It's kind of like a high. But anyways, put a time frame on it. Don't even give people a week. People shouldn't need a week to decide unless they're financially strapped. I mean, if they're thinking about this by tomorrow, if they have a question, you think they would know. I always try to think of it as if you were going to buy something from somebody else. Let's say you were going to buy makeup and you were undecided and you kind of thought about it for a few days. Well, in a couple of days, you're probably just going to kind of forget about it altogether, and you're just going to kind of have moved on. You gotta, if you've got somebody on that fence, you gotta really stay on them until they say, you know what, at this point, I just can't do it. Okay, I move on to the next person. You know what I mean? Then I'm done. But I had one gal. She's like, well, I'm giving them a couple of weeks. I'm like, no. In a couple of weeks, they will. No, don't do that. Give them a couple of days and then check back in to see, hey, or even when I check back in, I'm like, hey, Julie, I just want to pop back in to see if you had any more questions for me. Can I help you get set up today? Are you ready? And that's what I say. So, if somebody in my conversations, when I'm talking to people, and I'm sorry if I bounce around, this is just kind of my notes here. In my conversations, when I am talking to people, like I just had somebody right now say, let me think about it. And I was like, whoa, I just gave you all the information you needed. You clearly have a yeast overgrowth. You clearly need these products. I asked her, I'm like, well, what are your hesitations? What's going on? You got to kind of figure out what's going on. Is it financial? Oh, well, geez, let's get you started on just Edge. Just a bottle of Edge. That's it. So I always try to figure out what's going on. Why don't they want to order like right now? I'm kind of like an instant person. I like that. And if they don't want to order right now, let's say they say, well, I get paid on Friday. Well, you can bet I'm going to mark their name down on Friday in my planner. Okay. So I have my planner right here, my Plexus planner, and I'm constantly writing in it. If somebody says Friday, I am going to follow up on Friday. And if I don't, I've pretty much thrown money out the door. So, imagine if somebody said to you, well, I'll check back in with you on Friday when you get paid, and you never did. Well, you'd probably wonder, do they really care about my business? So always make sure to follow up. If you're not following up, you're essentially throwing that money away. Another thing I look at is look at your brand. How are you branding yourself on Facebook? That's really important. Don't you think, Hillary? Yeah. So like for me, I like really funny stuff. I like to just post really funny, stupid stuff. Like that's just me. Everybody here, you kind of make your own brand. Don't always be about Plexus. I am a Plexus like lifer and Plexus is in my life. But look at your brand too and what you're posting and, trying to keep people engaged with you that way so they don't get bored with you. And what attracts, I guess I'm always trying to put my mind in other people's heads. Like what attracts you to your friend that sells leggings? Like what attracts you to her? Use that technique, right? I love supporting a bunch of friends in network marketing. I get, a lot of products and I'm always looking at what they're doing and being like, oh, that was really good. Like I have to try that. So, do what attracts you, because then it's going to come across as more genuine, I guess. So one of the big ways is definitely messaging your friends, going through your contact list. And then I kind of talked about what to say, more just getting straight to the point. That's what I do at least. Another thing that I do how I find I'll kind of tell you how I can find people. When you make those posts that you're going to give something away on Facebook, and so I just made one the other day with Block, and it didn't get as many comments as I would have wanted. I think I had like 36, but it was still 36 people that have been kind of watching, that have been kind of interested. And what the rule was on that post is they had to tag 2 friends. So they had to, I can't remember what it was. They had to comment how many jellies were in the jar, and then they had to tag 2 friends. So what I did is I went and I friended all those people. I sent all those people a message. You know, that was a bunch of, that was like 20 new potentials I just got, so stuff like that. And when people comment on those posts, you definitely always want to be following up with everybody individually. And I'll write something like this. I private message every person, and I'll say something like this. Hey, Julie. I know, Hillary, you're usually always Susie. Well, I'm always Julie. I'll say something like this. Hey, Julie, thanks for commenting on my post. Your answer isn't correct, but I'm refunding the shipping on any combo through this weekend. Because this person's interested. They commented on your post. They didn't comment for no reason, usually. And then I'm like, can I help you get set up with that? And a lot of times I'll get a customer or 2 just doing that. People don't like to pay for shipping. They're like, well, if I can go to the store and I don't have to pay for shipping, why won't I just do that? And you can actually, I don't know if anybody's ever done this, but if you go in your back office, you can make coupons and you can send them to people and they will get a promo code. So it's an instant amount right off of their order. I actually tested it. I sent a promo code to Josh for $1 and it went right to his email and he got the code. And if he was going to order, he would just put it in the promo code and it would have taken $1 off his order. Did you guys know that? Yeah. So when you
Tell everyone how you do that exactly.
Let me just log into my back. Oh my goodness. I might have to log into my pay portal. Just give me 1 second here.
You do it
yes.
from your pay portal.
What's that?
You do it from your pay portal.
Yes. Yeah, I have to log into my pay portal here. You do it right from your pay portal. Let me get into my pay portal here. So that's a really good incentive because you can do like, hey, I have 3 $10 instant promos. First come, first serve. Who wants one? Literally instant coupons. And if they don't use it, you do get the money back.
Right. That's another key thing with doing it that way rather than just sending them, $3 through PayPal or even Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
Like if they don't order,
you will get it back. Hopefully they order it. Okay. So if you go in your pay portal, you just log right in and you click send incentive payment. And that's all you do. You type in their first name, their last name, their email, how much you want the incentive to be. And then it'll send them like a coupon code. And they literally just have to put that in the promo code section at checkout. So if you want to refund shipping, it's typically $6, and then you just send that to them and just, all right, there's your coupon code. Now let me help you get set up. You don't know how to use the internet? Oh, good. I'll set up your account for you. Let's do that. Okay, good. All right, awesome. Thanks. I set up so many people's accounts. I'm fine. And I tell people that. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I'll set up your account for you. So those incentive payments are pretty cool. I have played around with that. And yeah, you do get your money back on those if they don't end up using them. But hopefully they do. So, hey guys. Shh. Guys, be quiet, please. So I do ask people a lot. I'm like, can I help you get set up? I kind of get right to the point. I don't like to beat around the bush. Because when I'm interested in a product, like my makeup that I get, I love my makeup. And I don't know. There's no reason for me to not get what I need, So I have no shame in what I do. I try not to pressure people. I just ask them, and let me see my notes here. Hang on 1 second. Another thing I try to be is, just really genuine and really thoughtful about people too. If, there's a lot of these people I talk to, I don't even know them. I would say probably I get one customer a month that I probably actually have ever met. So I try to be myself. I try to be, that's why when I am posting things on my wall, I try to post about my family and my kids and stuff in my life so they can see that I'm a real person. But I work my cold market a lot. My warm market isn't the best. It's coming along. But my cold market is what really helps me. Another thing is, oh, I'm sorry. I'm just reading my notes. I'm not trying to be like chicken scratch here. So okay, another thing I'll do is definitely comment on your friends' posts. If somebody's making a post, oh my gosh, when they make posts that they're sick, they're just asking for it, really. Oh, I hate those posts. But if I have somebody that, like I had somebody the other day that posted, oh, can you lose weight and still eat carbs and sugars? I'm like, wow, bingo. I mean, one, not only did I comment on her post, everybody else that commented on that post seen what I had commented, and then I had people ask me, well, where can I get this? Because I made a post about block. I'm like, well, sure you can, and I posted the picture, and then I got a few friends that way, and I, those people didn't order, but I planted the seed, and that's okay. But and then I followed up with that person directly too, and I'm like, hey, I just saw that you posted this. We have this amazing product. Maybe you didn't know about it, but I just want to share with you. Would you like to order this? Again, would you like to order? That's just me. So definitely commenting on people's posts. That way their friends see it. Another thing I will do is I will comment on, so Plexus helps us with so many things, okay? I will comment on different threads that maybe thousands of people have commented on. Maybe one thread is about autoimmune health. Whatever. It just shows up in my newsfeed, because 3 of my friends have liked it. I'll go ahead and I'll comment on there, and I just say something like this. My plant-based products have helped me overcome many health issues. I love connecting with like-minded people with similar goals. Send me a message and let's chat about how this could help you too. Did everybody get that? Does that make sense? I have a lot of people that will be like, what are you talking about? And then I'm like, hey, send me a friend request. I try not to send out too many friend requests of people I'm not connected with because Facebook does not like that at all. So I'm like, send me a friend request if you want more information. Sometimes I'll message them or send them a friend request, but that's a good way just to kind of put it out there. I didn't really say what it was, just that this is what's helped me. It's a plant-based product. A lot of these people that comment on this stuff, they like that herbalist, that kind of herbal stuff too. So
Hannah said her question is how do you expand like your cold market? Some other ways that you're expanding. So that's your
okay.
Cold market.
Well, I've done this from day one, and it's no secret to Hillary. But I remember when I was on my treadmill out in my husband's shop, I messaged Hillary, and I had like an epiphany. And I was brand new, and I'm like, Hillary, can I post in garage sale groups? She's like, well, sure. I don't see why not. Just make sure you stay compliant. I'm like, okay. So I started with the couple that I'm part of, the Winona one, the St. Charles one, and I started there. But then I really started to branch out. I started to add myself to a bunch of different groups. You can really type in any group, and you can post in those. And I that's how I grow my cold market a lot, is I post in lots of groups. I post in like my daycare groups. I post in mommy groups. And a lot of times I won't even say what it is. I'll just create that curiosity, that excitement. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that, that one post I made about Boost, I didn't even say what it was. Oh, these 2 little pills I'm taking in the afternoon. Oh my gosh, they've been helping me so much get through the afternoon. I had like 20 people say, what is that? What are you taking? What are you taking? Like stuff like that. It's about creating curiosity and just having people ask you questions, because when they're asking you, clearly they need it and they're interested. So definitely posting in groups. When I post in groups, if I get somebody that's interested, if I get somebody that even likes the post, I will usually add them as a friend, just so they're kind of starting to follow me. But when I started this Plexus gig about 2.5 years ago, I had maybe 300 Facebook friends, and I have over 1,700 now. So, I'm just slowly adding. Facebook is definitely my primary source for marketing. I don't use Instagram very much, if ever at all. So it's mostly Facebook. Another.
Annie has a question too.
Oh, okay. Yep.
What posts work best in garage sale groups?
Oh, okay. Yep.
Or product info?
Let me just look up. I have a couple here that okay. Here's one that works really good. It says, I'm looking for 4 to 6 people. So there you are. Very small group, very small testing group kind of, who are wanting to lose weight and get healthy. Try risk-free for 60 days. Then I have like a couple cute emojis. Send me our friend request and I will get you more information. And then I usually use like some before and afters.
Okay.
And that's like what I use. And I know some people say don't do that because, it's like spamming and stuff. But you know what? Either I'm going to get the word out there or somebody else does. And it's not like I'm not posting in these groups like every single day. I mix it up and stuff, but that works for me. I mean, I'm growing my customer base and I'm doing it how I have to do it. I'm not afraid to do it. I'm not afraid to reach out. And, but I remember when I asked you about that, Hillary, can I post in groups? Because I'm really too scared to ask my friends about this. And that's how it actually all started. I was too scared to ask anybody I knew about Plexus. But now I don't really care. I mean, the back of my van, it's like all Plexus.
I know. I think it's funny because you started so like roles reversed. What a lot of people, a lot of people go to their warm market first, and you went to the cold market. So it's definitely different. How do you? I am so unorganized myself. So like I'm kind of a little bit anxiety right now, hearing about adding all these friends and like and keep track of them. that would be me.
I know
all these people. How am I even? I don't even know where to start.
You know what? I don't really keep track of people. I really don't. If it's somebody that I need to follow up with in a few days. Okay, here's what I do. So my Facebook Messenger, I keep that pretty cleaned up. I keep my messages pretty cleaned up, and I go through my messages at least once a week. I will archive messages of people that like my message I send in the morning to my 10 to 20 people. Hey, I just want to pop in, blah, blah, blah. I then go and I archive it because if they don't respond, they don't care, I keep that pretty cleaned up. That's almost kind of like my file. And then I will go through that and see, okay, who do I need to follow up with? And I don't keep messages in there that are more than like a week old. If they're over a week old, I typically archive them or I write them in my planner. But other than that, I'm not a big list person. I'm just like, I'm busy like everybody else. I have 4 kids and I run a daycare 60 hours a week with 10 other kids. I mean, I've got just as many excuses as everybody else, It's just a lot of it just comes down to just the following up. I really don't have a way I do stuff, like that, Hillary. I really don't keep lists. So I know that doesn't help, but
have a good method though of what like I always say to everyone, make sure wherever your goal is that you line up your activity with that, like you said, last week you were a little off. So I'm just guessing, but you're going to have to send more than your normal 10 to 20 messages to kind of make up for the slack of last week. So everyone like listening to this, if 10 to 20 sounds daunting to you, make it 5, whatever works for you. But when you stay consistent with that, that's the key too. You're consistently sending out those messages and following up, which is huge.
Yeah. And last week I wasn't really sending out many messages at all. And it showed. It's reflected in my business. It's really the sending the messages and just kind of opening the door for that conversation again. Go to your messenger and the people that are active right now, boom, send them a message. They're on, A lot of people don't have messenger, so they may not even get your messages. I wish I had more of a list and things of people I keep track of. I really don't. I feel like if I'm consistent enough and I show that passion, like in my posting and stuff, they're going to see that because, a lot of your friends probably know 10 people that sell Plexus. In my opinion, they're going to want to go to the one that knows the most about what they're doing. Like I said, I have like 3 people that sell makeup. Well, I'm not going to buy from the person that only post about it twice a month. I'm going to buy from the person that's posting about it every single day because I know she wants my sale. And that's, I wish I had a better answer for that, but I really don't. I just message. I just like hustle every day. I'm like message all the time. Like I'm always messaging all the time. So
perfect.
Yeah.
Hopefully that didn't throw you off of where you were going.
No, it didn't. I have one more thing I wrote here. Okay. The one big thing is just stop all of the excuses. Just, you got to stop them, period. They're just, I get so tired of hearing the excuses. Not to even say them because we all have excuses, but it's just, it really just comes down to a matter of how we're going to let them affect us. Like I said, you guys all know this. I mean, but really those excuses are more their adult excuse of my dog ate my homework, you know, either suck it up and deal with it or suffer the consequences, you know? I mean, like I said, I was having a pity party last week for myself and all those excuses. Oh, I'm so busy. I'm so tired. I'm so this. Well, I mean, it didn't help me, you know? So we all have them, and it's just whether or not you want to keep pushing forward and you want to keep hustling, you know? I always say hustle. I love it.
Yes, for sure. Maria asks, if someone posts that they hate their job, what do you dangle in your response?
Oh, let me see here. I do have a scripted response. Okay. A lot of times I might message them and I'm like, hey, I saw your post, you know, that you hate your job. Have you thought of joining my business? I mean, really, I will probably just say something like that. And then maybe they'll be like, well, no, I haven't. And because I get the point across. But let me see here.
And I love another thing that I notice is a theme is all of your messages also end with a call to action, which is
yes.
so important. You know, you're saying, do you want to order now? Do you want to, you know, like, do you want to join my team? A constant call to action to people rather than sitting back and waiting. So
no waiting.
No, again, you're serious. Like, this is legit. This is what I believe in. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, this is what I believe in, and this is what works for me, and I think it could work for you. Do you want to do it? Yes or no?
Yep. You know, no. Well, why not? I ask them that. Why not? What are your hesitations? Yep. Well, let me get another excuse. And then I try to keep going back and forth until it really comes back to the point where they're like, okay, I'm really not interested. Stop harassing me. I'm like, okay, that's great. Have a good day. I don't know. Like, I just don't like to beat around the bush, you know?
Once you get the customers, how do you follow up with them and keep them engaged?
I just check in, and it's really important. And I learned this from you, Hillary, to ask them, you know, hey, what do you love most about your products right now? What's going on? Like, try not to, you know, put that positive out there. And, I'll have people, they'll tell me what they love the most. And then I always remind them, you know, hey, you know, okay. So when I get customers, I always send them a catalog. I mean, I send them probably it costs about $3 for shipping, but I send them other stuff too. I send them the protein shake. I send them the sample of the creams. If they didn't order Slim, I'll send them a sample of the Slim. I always send them a catalog. I always send them the welcome letter. I print it out and I send it to them. It's 3 pages, front and back, so 6 total. I write on the catalog. I don't do thank you cards because I don't really like to write. My handwriting gets really sloppy because I like to do things fast. So I'm like, thank you for letting me share Plexus with you, Jwana, with a heart. And I write it right on their catalog. I tape 2 business cards to it. I pop it in the mail to them. And so they've got their catalog for reference. And so when I follow up, you know, hey, what do you love most about Plexus? Well, I like this, this, and this. I'm still lacking energy. Oh, hey, let's get you on some Edge. You want to try that? Let's get $1 a day, $30. Yeah, I'll add that. Okay, let's log in right now. Go to backoffice.plexusworldwide.com, username and password, log in, just go into shopping, add it to your cart, checkout. Super easy. Okay, good, done, awesome. Okay, you're gonna love your new Edge. It's gonna be there in about 3 days. Done. I mean, that's what we do, short and sweet, get her done. But yeah, I just like to pop in with them and just, and I always remind them too, hey, if you're going to continue with these products, you already know you love them, upgrade to Ambassador. It's super easy, so I always remind them of that option too, that option is there,
Yeah,
so.
I'm glad you said that. I actually had a coaching call with my coach at Plexus, and I was going to do a separate video on this, but in reference to the convenience orders that are being set up, he's got, if you have someone who is not willing to commit 30 days, not even bother being an ambassador. And they have to sign up with a qualifying convenience order, and they have to be willing to share it with their family and friends. Otherwise, you say to them, I think you would be best suited as a preferred customer.
Yeah, yeah.
Hands down. He was telling me that, obviously it's different when you're trying to grow your team and get bigger, but like the Pauls, that's what they do with their people. They're like, because once you get them on the products for those 30 days, 60 days, really the magic happens on our products. Day 31 to 60 is when people really start to see that turnaround. And if you're signing an ambassador that doesn't have a convenience order, that's not going to reorder and stay consistent, they're better off as a customer. And you're in fact going to lose money if they're not setting up a qualifying convenience order. Because if they're just ordering the Slim, you would have been way better off to keep them as a customer, because at least you would have earned that preferred customer bonus on the Slim. Whereas now, if they're an ambassador, you're not earning anything. I mean, and that's just the bottom line of the business, and it's not helping them at all either. In fact, it's costing them more money by being ambassador just ordering the Slim, because they're not getting their money back on their $34.95. So, sorry, that just segued.
No,
and it's true, and if you're growing your customer base, eventually switching them over to ambassadors is already, and that's not to say that you can't sign an ambassador without them having their own testimonial, but really qualifying them and making sure that that they're willing to share with others. Yeah,
I definitely agree. I had somebody today say, well, if I do ambassador, I'll get it cheaper. I'm like, you know what? You want to share it with your friends? Well, not yet. Let's get you started as a customer. I just want to make sure we only have a 1% return rate. You're going to love the products, but let's just get you started as a customer first, and we can upgrade you at any time. Okay? Yep. All right. Let's get you signed up. Here's my website. Are you using a phone or a computer? And I always ask people that. I'm like, are you using a phone or computer? Does anybody else ask people that if they're what device they're using? Do you know why that makes such a difference?
It makes a huge difference in the sign-up process.
It does, because when they're using their phone, when they go to their phone, there's those 3 gray lines, and a lot of people don't even know what those are for. Well, that's your shop menu. So I'll say, phone or computer. I'm using a phone. Okay, there's going to be 3 gray lines in the left-hand corner. Click that, then click shop. And then I always tell them, and I don't know why Plexus does it like this, Hillary, but they always see those retail prices first, usually. Like, you're probably going to see retail.
All of this is getting changed with the new.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
All of these things are getting changed, but none of the changes that we want to see are happening right now, just because, again, we don't want to tie any more to InfoTrax than we have to. So, but all of these things will be with the new back office.
Good. Yeah, and so then I say, I'm like, you probably see retail prices. It's, just go ahead and select what you want. When you check out as a preferred customer, it's going to be way cheaper. Don't do retail. I don't know if they even have that. That's just really stupid. Like, nobody does retail. Just do preferred, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, let's get you signed up. And then, so I always ask them that. But when I'm talking to new people, let's say I somebody messaged me right now and says, hey, you sell Plexus. What is this about? From start to finish, it probably takes me less than 15 minutes to get my point across. And I've either signed them up, or or they've told me they don't have any money. And I'm like, really? Did you think this was free? I mean, I don't want to say that to them. I'm like, okay, well, Okay. Well, I planted the seed. I'm trying to stay positive. No, but it really takes me about 15 minutes because I like to really just get to the point. And I try to sign them up right away, but we all know in reality it takes 8 to 10 follow-ups. It really does. And that's why I message so many people. And either I'm going to follow up with them the next day, or I'm going to write them in my book, or I'm going to archive their message. I guess I do one of 3 things with people that I talk to. They go somewhere. Just, I don't know.
So that's what works for you. Perfect.
That's what works for me. Because I message so many people and I just keep going at it. And that's really what it comes down to is I always tell people, if you don't present the opportunity, there's somebody else that's going to. And your friends are going to go with the person that has actually talked to them about it. You know, I kind of like to refer it as to when my daughter goes out and sell Girl Scout cookies, we go door to door to door to door, and she gets a lot of no's. But you think people are going to come to our house and be like, hey, I need 10 boxes of Thin Mints? Well, of course they're not going to ask us. We have to go ask them. And it was so funny. We were at the mall selling cookies, and I'm like, Maya, go for 100 no's. And she's like, do you want to buy cookies? And she was getting no. I'm like, good job, Maya. I'm like, keep going. And we were just making a game. And she's like, Mom, you're so stupid. And then somebody actually asked me, they're like, what's this go for no thing? And then I was talking to them about it. But if you haven't ever read that book, definitely get it. It'll change your mindset. It'll change your productivity in a day. It's a really short, easy read. So let me try to think. I'm sorry if I kind of seem all over the place. I'm not really like a public speaker. I'm just
great
okay.
Job. Great job. Jamie wants to know, how do you talk to a customer that says, I can't afford that, it's too expensive?
Okay. I can't afford. Okay. Let me see here. A lot of times I'll ask, okay, well then I'll say, I have to think. I'll say, okay, well, what is your budget? What is it? 25, 30 bucks? I can spend probably $30. Okay. Let's get you set up on a trial pack. Does that sound good? I can set you up right now. Super easy. It takes like 2 to 3 minutes. Oh, I'll do it tonight. No, really, it right now is perfect. I have time. You have time. Let's just do it right now. You'll have your product in maybe 3 days, you know? Okay. And that's what I say. And then if they still don't buy, I kind of just move on to the next person, you know? I used to do the whole, oh, you can join my team and you can do this and that. I don't do that a lot anymore. Because I really like to get people set up on the products first and then upgrade them to ambassadors. That's just what I like to do, because then those, in my opinion, those people maybe stick with the products longer. If that helps.
Definitely helps asking, you know, well, what is your budget?
Yeah. What is your budget? I have no idea what your budget is. I mean, you told me that, you know, you suffered from 20 of these, you know, yeast overgrowth symptoms. So I was thinking that this would be good for you, but what can you afford then? Just tell me.
Or asking, you know, if you don't mind sharing with me, what do you think you spend a day on soda or snacks?
I asked that too.
Or what do you think you're spending when you stop at the gas station, or, you know, on unhealthy things, if you had to make a guess on things that you really, you know, because we all have those foods. I mean, you know that you probably shouldn't be eating it and you're still eating it, like that guilty food that you're eating. Or maybe you're like, gosh, I really wish I could quit this, but you legitimately can't.
Yeah.
Really, again, not feeling bad by asking those questions or feeling like you're pressuring someone to spend money that they don't have, but really what you're doing is helping them open their eyes to, you know, the opportunity that this presents in ways that in fact they probably will be saving money by using these products.
Definitely priorities. Always asking questions. You know, and when I do message people, I don't know if you guys want to know how my chats go. I don't know. Maybe not. Huh? Yeah. Okay. So when somebody says to me, you know, hey, I saw your post about Plexus. What is this stuff? A lot of my stuff is scripted because it doesn't change. You know, so then I'll kind of say something. I always first say thank you to the person, just so they know that thank you for letting me share this with you. So I'm like, you know, thank you for letting me share Plexus with you. I've been using the products myself for 2.5 years. You know, I've got my kids on them, you know, whatever. And then I'll say what Plexus is. It's a health and wellness company. And then I say, I would love to point you in the right direction. What are your health goals? And do you have any medical issues? So I always start with that, kind of open that up. Then they're going to say, well, I want to lose weight. I need energy. I have arthritis or this and that. So then, you can kind of help figure out what's best for them. So then that's what I do. And then I tell them about yeast overgrowth, because I think that's really important and people don't know what that is. And I know that there's so many other competitors out there, but their products don't help like Plexus does. Like, I know their products can help with energy, like all that topical stuff, and maybe a little bit of weight loss. But we all know that real weight loss is going to come down to your choices too, and your gut health. And I try to talk to people about that, and I educate them on what yeast overgrowth is. And they're like, wow, that makes a lot of sense on why I feel the way I do. I'm like, that's exactly why I share Plexus. I know how these products help people. And then I will tell them what I recommend. This is what I recommend for you, mostly the triplex combo. I give them the description of what's in the combo. And then I also send the graphics of the pictures. Because like I said, a lot of these people, they don't know me. I could just be some freak, trying to get their money. At least if they see a graphic, okay, there's a product that goes with what she's talking about. Okay, so now I see something. This is a real thing. They get the graphic, and then of course they always ask. Well, I always ask them too. I'm like, are you on a multivitamin or omega? I always ask that because a lot of people are. I'm like, well, this is how Plexus is different, because our vitamin and omega is better than anything else available. It really is. I'm like, go get your omega. What does it have in it? Oh, it has omega-3 in it. Well, hey, mine has 3, 6, 9, 5, and 7. You want to try it? Well, I guess so. Go get your what does your vitamin actually make you feel better or does it make you sick? Well, every morning I take it, it makes me sick. Well, that sucks. Why would you take that? So I tell them about our vitamin and our omega. And don't settle on just the triplex. You don't know what their budget is. I'm like, hey, this, and then I say, the triplex, it's $125 for a 30-day supply. You can bundle this with pretty much anything else for another $35. And then I tell them the 60-day money-back guarantee. Sound like something you'd like to try? That's what I say. Oh, I can't afford that much. Okay, let's get you started on the bio products. Those are $55. Want to do that? And then I just kind of, well, on Friday. Okay, I'll check in with you on Friday. And then I certainly do. And that's what I do. And then on Friday, I'm like, hey, just want to pop in. You said you were ready. Can I help you get set up? So like, I'm really short and to the point, I guess. Because a lot of information can almost be too much, where then they don't know what to get. Make the decision for them because they don't know, So.
A lot of people are so used to being told what to purchase, or what to do. You go to the doctor's office and you have this ailment and they tell you prescription what to take. Go get this.
Yeah.
And they're really used to having that to them. So, and again, especially if you know that you're not coming from a, vindictive, you're just trying to swindle them and get their money kind of, you shouldn't feel guilty at all. I mean, it's really, really just helping them. So,
yeah. I was going to say something else. When these, in this cold market, a lot of these people are coming to me because of something I've wrote. So, they clearly want more information. Always add them as a friend. I always invite them to like my business page. That way, if for some reason they do unfriend me, for whatever reason, they're still on my business page. I've had people unfriend me and see stuff on my business page and actually message me. I'm like, whoa. And then I'm like, wait a second. Well, we used to be friends. What happened? I just play stupid like that. So let's see here. That's kind of what I do, though. You kind of get the gist of what I do. I ask a lot of questions. I like to get to the point. I don't really like to beat around the bush too much because I'm busy. There's my excuse. And so I have to do what works with my busy lifestyle.
I think because you are so to the point, like there's no room for like second guessing or questioning.
Yeah.
You're like, what you're talking about. Here's what you should do.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no hesitation and no doubt. So it probably eases them more.
Yeah. You know, because I used to go to GNC and get this pack of pills, and I didn't know what it was, but the guy just said, you know, that just take this, you're going to feel better. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to take this. But what I try to do differently is I try to educate people on actually what they are taking, because I had no idea what I was taking. Josh was taking this red pill, and they said not to take it, you know, after a month, take a break because it can give you a heart attack or whatever. I don't know. You know, so I try to educate people on this is what you're going to take. It's for this. Like, you know what's in the products. Like, I had no idea. I didn't have that person there to, you know, to check in with and ask questions. And you always want to make people feel, I mean, I know everybody does, make people feel like they can come to you if they have questions, and that they're never a bother and stuff like that. And you're always there to help them. And I always try to, at least for my customers, always try to be there right away, you know? So.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
There's like 2 pages of notes. So
Oh.
I'm always wanting to learn, especially basically what I want everyone to know too is that you can take what Jwana says and do nothing with it or do everything with it. It's a matter of mindset and choice and deciding what works for you. Like I said, this works for Jwana because she believes in it. She believes in it with all of her heart. She messages people all of the time, and she's passionate about it and knows that what she's offering is something that they really, really, truly want. And really, I'm just kind of cliff notes on your.
That's okay.
See that I took from this, and you know, I love obviously going through your friends list, messaging them alphabetically. I love your message that you send out. I probably would do voice memo just because I would screw up somehow and copy and paste the wrong chick's name and feel really bad.
I've done that.
And feel really bad. Plus, I feel like I could get more done with the voice memo. I love that you're always doing the call to action too. You know, like, can I get set up right now? Putting that time frame on it, like that sense of urgency. Love the incentive codes, how you're finding people. I'm sorry, I'm just reading over my notes. You know, can I help you get set up? You mentioned, you know, no shame, no pressure, but you're thoughtful and genuine. Commenting on your friend's post, commenting on different threads, different things you're interested in. I love all of those posts that you have. I think the garage sale post was really helpful for a lot of people because I think a lot of people get hung up on that. Like, what do I post? I don't want to get kicked out of the group, or I don't want to sound whatever. How do I, you know, engage these people? And how you send to your new customers the catalog and other samples, you know, getting other products in their hands that they can try. So I think it's fabulous.
You know, and a lot of it is what drives you and what are your goals? Because you know what? When I was on stage last year for convention for most new customers in highest PV, I'm telling you, every single week I was hustling. I didn't care if there was a prize behind it. I just wanted to be on stage, and I wanted people to see me and to know me. And you know what? I ended up getting $500 for each prize. I didn't even know I was going to get that. I actually had a different ambassador message me. She was on stage with me. She's like, I can't believe we only got $500. I was expecting at least $3,000. And I'm like, I didn't expect anything. I was just glad to be up on stage. You know, I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And I'm hoping to get that again this year. Maybe most customers in ISPV. We'll see. That'd be pretty cool. That's kind of my incentive right now. And then after that, it'll be Leaders Retreat. I want to make Leaders Retreat. And I usually like to have it in the bag, at least in the first 6 weeks. Because then I don't have to worry about it anymore. You know, I just get it in the bag and then we're done. And then we start over. Convention, Leaders Retreat. It just kind of goes around and around. It's kind of like a fun little game I play with myself. You got to have some sort of goals, though.
Yeah, whatever motivates you and gets you to do the hustle and and share it. So
yeah, does anybody else have any other questions or that help?
Anybody?
Okay.
Did we lose you? Are you sleeping? Okay. Thank you so much again.
Yeah.
Stop the video.
Yeah. Message when you have time, you know, on the toilet.
Fit
Seriously.
it, fit it in when you can.